It is going to be another tense and emotional day in court in Albuquerque today.
This is because the detective who shot and killed an Iraq War veteran 3 years ago is supposed to take the stand in just a few hours. Brett Lamprias Tremba shot and killed Kenneth Ellis back in 2010. Ellis had post-traumatic stress disorder and at the time had a gun pointed to his own head outside the 7-Eleven in the Heights. A grand jury cleared Lamprias Tremba in the shooting, but a judge ruled it violated Ellis's constitutional rights. So now a jury is going to decide how much money the city owes Ellis's family and a few other things. We'll be in court today and we'll let you know what happens. Well, fake money has been going around Santa Fe, and you won't believe who police say is behind all this.
A veteran officer and his brother. Santa Fe police arrested these two guys, Anthony and Dominic Rivera, over the weekend. They say they've been making and using fake $100 bills. Investigators know Anthony well. He used to be a cop in Santa Fe for almost 20 years. He is now an officer with the Tesuque Tribal Police.
We currently have an ongoing investigation. We believe that there may be a number of locations throughout the Santa Fe area where these bills have been passed off.
Police say Kohl's is one of the places the brothers used the fake money. Officers have been watching the two for a while now and are now trying to see if other people are involved too. An investigation has sparked over the restraint methods that are practiced at an Albuquerque treatment center for children. The Albuquerque Journal reports that the state is now investigating the Sequoia Adolescent Treatment Center, which houses mentally ill and violent boys. The Journal mentions one case regarding a child who was physically restrained and forcibly sedated, even though he had agreed to be medicated orally. The Journal also reports that Sequoia's administrator is temporarily reassigned and that the center has halted new admissions. Bernalillo County is headed to court after a civil lawsuit questioned the conditions of female inmates being housed at the Metropolitan Detention Center. County attorneys are due in court later this month. The hearing will center on whether female inmates with different risks or treatment classifications should be housed together. The Albuquerque Journal reports that county officials say they are also evaluating whether to ship some inmates to other jails to free up space.
The man who's in jail in Albuquerque right now, accused of sexually molesting a little girl, could have worked closely with hundreds of kids. Alfredo Cisneros was in court this weekend after police say the girl accused him of touching her inappropriately, and investigators say one of his relatives told them that he is a soccer official for Albuquerque Public Schools. The school district would not confirm that this weekend. Well, the guy who police say ran off before the deadly police shooting in Albuquerque last week is still in jail this morning. Investigators arrested this man, Michael Betts, last week, saying he had a number of warrants out for his arrest for not showing up in court and not keeping up with his probation officer. Last Tuesday night, police say Betts and his girlfriend were helping Parrish Dennison sell some stolen stuff at the Music Go Round on Manal near Louisiana. The owner knew the things were stolen and called police. Officers rushed over there and arrested the girlfriend, then saw Betts take off in his truck and Dennison running away. Officers say Dennison had a gun and pointed at them over and over again. It's before they shot and killed him later that night.
The woman who officials say tried to help a known felon over the weekend is now locked up. Court records say 20-year-old Megan Fitzgerald admitted to knowing Felix Romero, a wanted man who may have shot at officers and then led them on a high-speed chase, causing several crashes along the way. Now, moments before that, police say Romero was in the car with Fitzgerald. Now, this is video from a witness as Fitzgerald was being arrested near Indian School and Wantable. She was charged with harboring a felon and possession of heroin. No one was seriously injured in the multiple crashes caused by the chase.
A convicted cop killer will spend at least another 2 years behind bars here in New Mexico. Late last week, the parole board rejected the chance for Joel Lee Compton to get out of prison, saying that he is aggressive, he has a negative attitude, and is at risk to violate his probation. Compton has spent the last 30 years behind bars for killing Officer Gerald Klein at a motel in Albuquerque back in 1983. Compton was sentenced to death, but Governor Tony Anaya later commuted the sentences of Klein and everyone else on death row. Well, the repeat drunk driver who hit and killed two teenage sisters in Santa Fe 3 years ago, get this, he now claims he's a victim in all of this. James Ruiz here is somehow suing the two restaurants where he got liquored up the night he hit and killed Deshana and Del Lynn Peshlakai. Ruiz says Applebee's and Blue Corn Cafe should not have kept serving him because he was already drunk. And get this, Mr. Ruiz is also suing his drinking buddy, Gilbert Mendoza, saying Mendoza was irresponsible and let him drive drunk. Now, don't forget, Ruiz is the same guy who blamed the district attorney for taking too long to convict him. That's after he was picked up for drinking and driving 4 times.
Like me, they will forever have to live with the knowledge that they could have done something to change the outcome of that night on their conscience.
Now, despite all of his so-called shenanigans there, Ruiz was convicted and sentenced to 40 years in prison.
Have you seen this girl? Her name is Maria Baquero. She is 14 years old. She's over 5 feet 4 inches tall with brown hair and brown eyes. She was last seen in the area of Cibola High School last night around 7:20. If you have any information on her whereabouts, you're urged to call 911. Officials are still searching this morning for the second suspect in a murder case. The other suspect appeared in court and got handed a higher bond. Jesus Suarez appeared in court Saturday for the death of Robert Kinter. Police say Kinter was shot and killed during a home invasion near 12th and Manal at the end of last month. Police say Suarez also shot 38-year-old Michael Garris in southwest Albuquerque that same day. The judge added another $100,000 cash-only bond for the Kinter murder. This is a surveillance video of inside the home that you're about to see where Kinter was shot. Police say it shows the second suspect that APD is still looking for.
Almost 250 more guns are off the streets in Santa Fe after the third gun buyback there this weekend. It was a lot like the one that happened in January. This Saturday, police took in 232 guns. They gave out $29,000 in Visa gift cards. And do you remember the big blunder at the last gun buyback? Santa Fe police gave out IOUs after they ran out of gift cards and accidentally released the names of everyone on that list. This time, they did not give out any IOUs. Remember, it's a no questions asked policy on those gun buybacks.
Yes.